Let's push.
Give me some.
Let's go. Never fold. 10 toes down, baby. You know who it is. I'm trying to be like you, my bud. Shush.
It's too late to turn back now.
The Morning Shift. Powered by YOUKNOW Media.
I got.
Yes, Kiana, good morning, good evening, and everything in between. It is the morning shift. It's a little different today, though.
Talk to me.
It's a little different today. We've got royalty around these ways. A man that's known around the world goes by the big baller himself.
That's right. We got Papa Bear. We got CEO. We got the big baller brand. You know, big dog himself. Please welcome to our show, Mr. LaVar Ball.
My man, pleasure being here, man. I love y'all style. Let's get it right.
Thank you so much. Before we start, the only reason why we're here is because of relationship. So we have to thank our brother, our Vince, and that for allowing you to be here, and obviously you coming to talk to us. We're just so honored and appreciative of your time, and we just can't wait to get into things. But yeah, I've been seeing you done like media runs and things like that. You've been on the radio, and,
Yes.
But I just want to say, this morning shift here, we're the only independent. You know, I think we're the most big baller brand energy here. So we've been seeing everyone get their time.
There you go.
And we're just very grateful we get our time now.
Right,
Welcome to our show.
sure.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you've been busy too. Not just New Zealand. You've been down under for a little bit now. Feels like you left America a while ago. How's it been? How are you?
It's great. Like I say, all the places are the same to me. It's just the people that make the places.
Right.
So I'm a people person. So meeting all these different folks and doing these different radio shows, I'm good, man. I'm having a great time.
I have to ask, and you can be honest here. You're always going to be honest
check
anyway.
This out. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
See,
sorry.
I know you had to rephrase that.
My bad.
Yeah.
Who you've met Australians, you've met some Kiwis, New Zealanders.
Right.
What's your kind of distinction between them two, or because we're at war a little bit, not really like friendly, like Australians versus Kiwis. We're kind of different people. So
right.
What do you reckon about country and people?
Country and people, here's the thing, man. Y'all might have y'all war, but me coming from LA South Central, I'm getting nothing but hospitality on both sides. So I'm loving it, man. It's the same to me,
100%.
So I can't differentiate between the two because I'm having such a great time.
You met a lot of people too, but the kids have been a big part of this whole journey already as well. Well, what's the day-to-day kind of like for you at the moment? Just while you're in New Zealand, and what are you doing?
Well, day-to-day, I'm either going to do 5 podcasts, super shows or whatever, and then the next day I'm going to do 4 or 5 camps and do some signings. Mm-hmm. That's basically how my day go, but that ain't work to me. That's why I keep telling everybody.
Yeah.
I can do this all day. This is what I do.
100%. Just to get us started, we thought because you're here, because you're in our country, and you're on our show, we just thought we got a couple snacks from New Zealand that we'd just like to you don't have to. I don't know if you're allergic to anything, but we'll just give it a go. So I'm just going to go in my goodie bag right now.
Look, here's the thing. You've probably done a million interviews by now, and a lot of them are like, try this, or what does this taste like? And we thought, who are we to recreate the wheel? Who are we to reinvent the wheel? So we're going to do the same damn thing.
So we don't know about your dietary requirements, so we'll just put it out first, and then you tell us. It might be unballer brand to have processed food. I don't know.
Hey, well, I damn sure don't eat no chicken chips, but if you got some fried chicken,
cool
I'm good.
These are all New Zealand things. So this,
I know that's a lemon drink right
You tried this? This is the LMP?
With the fizz in it.
Yeah, this is the LMP.
I don't like that. I like lemonade.
Okay, we like that. Okay, let's put that right back down.
I don't want to do that. Yeah, there we go.
Also, we need to plug that
chicken chip.
That big baller brand alkaline water as well. That's what you should be drinking.
Cookie time chocolate chip cookie. I'll take that.
Come on now.
Okay.
But I ain't gonna try it. Give it here. No.
What you
opening that?
Oh, my bad.
I can't eat no chocolate chip cookie without no milk.
We ain't got no milk.
Man, I gotta have some ice cold milk. I just can't have no milk you thought of.
Damn, we forgot about that.
For those listening,
my man Vince, get me the milk.
Where's Vince, man? Come on,
that sucker gotta be super cold.
If you're listening right now, he's passed on LMP. That's fine, whānau, and also the cool crisps as well. Chicken. Let's put those back.
I'm more of a dessert man.
You like chocolate?
This is the
chocolate. What in it?
This one is, so they're both Whitakers, and in New Zealand, if you know, Whitakers is the chocolate. It just hits a little bit different. It's richer, it's creamier.
What's that other one?
That one's got peanuts in it. That's called a peanut slab.
This is called a peanut slab.
And this is just like dairy milk.
Oh no, I don't want no dairy.
That's all right. We'll just put that.
Man,
over
somebody
there.
gave me an almond and
He
chocolate.
said, no, nope.
Look like Willy Wonka. That was my. See, these little ones don't be too big.
Yeah, well, in America, everything's big. Down
Jumbo
here, we're a
size,
little
huh?
bit.
I'm talking about here. They gave it to me. Willy Wonka.
really?
That thing was about this big. I got that. I had chocolate and almonds last night. It was good.
It was all right.
Yes.
Damn, we should have got that.
Hey, don't worry about it, man.
Oh, put that in my bag,
Here, there you go. Put it back in there. But at least y'all bringing something to
Of
me, man. I
course.
like y'all style, man. Come on, man.
I'm going to crack this.
Absolutely.
Go ahead and cricket thing right there, man. But
I got
yeah.
You can drink that. But for those just listening on our show right now that don't know who you are, what Big Baller Brand is, can we kind of get a summary of like?
Yeah,
who and
man.
what you are?
I'm the big baller, man. Like I said, I got my own brand. We over here to have some clinics, have a little pop-up shop. Then we're gonna have 3-on-3, and out of the 3-on-3, if I spot some talent, I'm gonna bring that back to the U.S. with us, get a little scholarship, and see where we go from there. I want to give them a platform to do something, but they got to be selected. So you got to be top of the top of the top. When I'm watching, I just can't be like, oh, you're my friend, let's go. Because everybody be coming up to me with no skills, talking about, hey, LaVar, how I get to L.A.? And I'd be like, man, you not.
Not with me, you ain't.
Nah, man. I say I'm looking for the best. This is giving you guys some type of structure. No, I want to tell them, if you're going for a job, you got to understand, if you're trying to go to L.A., it's going to be very difficult because so many people is trying and you got to be talented. But that's the same thing when you're going for a job. If 300 people are trying to get one spot, you got to be well prepared.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? So you got to put your time in to really stand out. Go ahead.
Let's go back just a little bit. Now, Jordan and I, we've recently become fathers.
Oh, okay.
So it's a little.
Congrats.
I think I'm not going to say we completely understand like where you came from and how you had that mindset to get the boys that you have to do the things you are doing. But we look at you right now and go, wow, that's a dad that cares. That's the dad that loves his boys to put them in front of the world. And now, bang, here we are, and you're still traveling around, and we're able to talk to you. So we have nothing but respect for you in terms of a dad. But just kind of take us back to the earlier days. How did you know that you go, oh my God, I actually have some dogs here. I got some boys.
Well,
there must have been a moment where you go,
First of all, I got to tell you, I ain't got no dogs, man. I let the motherfucker, they say, LaVar, your boys ain't got no dog in them. I said, you goddamn right. They got that gorilla in them.
Hey.
You know that.
Gorilla season, baby.
We bigger than dogs. You ever seen a dog hanging with a gorilla in a jungle?
Okay.
Come on, man. You put a gorilla on the street, folks will go crazy. That's when we got that gorilla game, But like I tell people, it wasn't like my boys was born and then I was like, man, I think these guys might do it. No, from me picking my wife, I knew they was going to do it. I told my boys from day one.
Let's talk about that.
You know what? I'm putting the odds in my favor. I got me a 6-footer stallion, long arms. So my boys gonna have long arms.
Is that Auntie Tina? Is that Auntie Tina?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
We know.
Tina do her thing, and she know the game. So now I can train my boys in basketball. She like basketball, so we can spend.
She the hooper, right?
Man, yeah, she a hooper.
She the hooper.
She gotta be. We gotta
You
be.
the linebacker, she the hooper.
No, I ain't no linebacker. I'm still a hooper too. But I'm just multi-talented in all sports.
I've heard you say I chose my wife.
Yes, I did.
And for those listening, I think you would think that you're only talking about kind of like the lovey stuff. We'll get to that, but you actually were talking about gene pool stuff too, right? Like,
yeah, I ain't even talking about the lovey stuff, man. I'm talking about the real deal.
Like you actually saw her. And
when I actually saw her, I didn't even tell her my name. You know what I told her? Me and you gonna do something, but I don't know what it is.
What'd she say? What'd she say?
You can't say nothing. All you're gonna do is have thoughts of the big baller in your head, knowing that I'm nice looking. Either he's brash or he confident. But either way, you can think good or bad of me, but you thinking about me.
Damn, worked out, huh?
Yes, and my boys that was with me to this day, they be like, that dude cold. He married that girl and had 3 killers? Come on, man. Who do that?
Well, you've done well because from what I don't know if this is an actual fact. I've heard that it is, but there's no sons never are shorter than their mum, right? So you're already working with a base level. However, this guy here, Brook,
hold on a second.
he's the first son that we've ever seen that's a little bit shorter than his mum.
Hold on a
You
second.
know,
No.
No, usually
Auntie tall. You're a little bit under.
Hey, most of the time, sometimes it's you might get one.
No, don't listen to him. I know you're going to try and stop
But
him.
no, I'm not gonna do
I'm taller
nothing.
than my mom.
Listen to what I'm telling you. Usually, this is my selector.
me.
He thinking about girls. I'm thinking you're gonna be as tall as your dad or a little taller.
Oh, I'm taller than my dad. My dad's short.
See, yeah. Now I'm 6'6".
I'll be in the league if my dad was taller.
My shortest son is Jello. He's 6'6". Lonzo 6'7", and Melo 6'8". They get them extra inches from their mama. 1 inch. She's 6'1".
Yes.
So take that one, put it over there.
Here you go. You have that one too.
Yeah, 2 couple inches.
Definitely.
That's how it work out.
Just quickly, still on family.
Yes.
obviously you've created an amazing brand with Big Baller brand, and,
Right.
and every company to be successful have to have cornerstones like good core values. You've also got a great family. So for us who are trying to build good families, trying to create those good values in family, for you, what are some great core values for family that's worked for you?
Oh, come on, Jordan.
A great core values is just the appreciation of your family. And, it ain't something that you kind of start thinking about now. It's brought, my dad raised us like that, and now I raise my boys like that and let them know that family is first. So that's basically the core value right there. Then you just go from there. You got to understand this. Some of the guys that I'm hanging out with, that's Samoan and all that, they got big families, but all of them talented when it come to playing the goddamn guitar, keyboard, sing. I'm like, wow, the whole family just do that thing. That's why I resonate with the Samoans and stuff, because everybody on Huff, and they all work as a family. Huff is mean buff, swole up.
Yeah.
I like that. Our whole family is big like that too. Okay. So they on Huff, that.
With that as well, can you kind of just take us back to, because I followed the journey. You guys went on Facebook, I seen the house. The house looks nice. The house looks very, very nice.
The house was nice years ago.
Yeah, my God, it's a nice house. But take us back to where the boys grew up. I'd imagine it wasn't the same sort of house.
Hey, when the boys grew up, it was, our house was about 3,000 square feet. It was the first house I bought. And playing football, I used that money to pay for the house and the cars. So most people work for a house note and a car note. I took that out the way. So now I got Big Ballers training. So now I'm just training kids and training my boys.
Yeah.
But the good thing about that, the house was nice. I had the coldest house. If you come in there, it sounded like a resort, because I had a balcony. I put a pool back there, and we had a theater room upstairs, and each boy had a room. So it was a nice house. And all the houses was like peach and brown, and I paint mine bright white. And I'm in a home association. They don't like that, because you got to have approval.
That sounds like next Friday, and he goes out to Rancho Cucamonga.
Rancho Cucamonga, yeah. So
Big Elroy.
I said, man, if Obama can have a White House, Obama can have a White House. So I paint my stuff super white, but then I paint my garages and doors all black. I was the only one on the street with a black mailbox, a big black one too. So let them know.
I know your sons are proud of you, but like growing up, did they ever kind of shy away, like, oh man, that's my dad, like, because you're a big personality, right?
You got to understand this. They coming from me and my wife. We not like that. That's what they never. They don't have no say so. You just roll with us, and that's why I tell these folks.
Yes.
My son ain't gonna never be like, come on, Dad, we can't have that. Crazy, man.
But how do you create that environment in your family? Because I know for a lot of us, like you get older and you realize you're immature, like why was I ashamed, or you're kind of dealing with that. But how did you create that for your kids?
You know what? I'm loud. My wife is loud. So guess what? The family boys gonna be loud. So there ain't gonna be no shy dudes in there like, I used to, the stuff I had my boys doing, it was at an early age. Like, they were potty trained by 10 months. They had drawers on. They didn't have no Pampers.
That's cap.
Yeah.
You making my son's two. My son's two now.
I was just thinking the same
feel
thing.
Bad about that.
I make you feel real bad. Like I said, them guys, the babies don't wake me up. I used to wake them up. In 5-6 months, I wake their ass up, put their ass on that cold toilet. Boy, they just be busy. And then when they eat, I put them on that little plastic toilet and just hold them for 40 minutes until they take a dump. I watch TV holding them. Yeah, so they didn't like having stuff in their pants. So they have, but if my wife wanted to take them with them, I say, hey, if you're taking them to the store with your girlfriends, every time you go in the store, go in the bathroom first. In case they gotta use it.
You have rules.
Yeah, so it's just, but you gotta have your mate to be able to do the same thing. Just like most, white folks, when the baby cry, they want to shake him to death. No, not me. Lay him on his stomach, let him holler. If he can go 5 minutes with his neck up, he gonna have a strong neck and big lungs.
I know he's telling the truth too.
No, I'm telling you,
I know he's telling the truth too.
They want a book like, man, that's why my boys are so polished.
My son's called Wolf. Wolf, you listen to this? Well, I'm going to hold you on that toilet seat for 50 minutes.
Yeah. I'm telling you, you're going to potty train them real quick.
I saw something along these lines with the boys, having buy-in as well. I saw an interview you did. It was probably like 5 years ago, but It was on the Breakfast Club, and you said they can do what they want. I'm going to show them the light, but they can do what they want. They can go this way. Just don't come back home if you want to go that way and it doesn't work out.
And let me tell you about this. You can always come back home, because I had you. So this is what I tell my boys. if you don't want to work, you don't want to do nothing, you ain't got to do nothing. You can come stay with me forever.
Yeah, I'm trying to stay in the crib too.
Hey, but you can't have no girlfriends over here. You can't have your own dog over here, whatever, if I like them. But you got to get up and sweep the floor at 8 o'clock.
Make it work.
If you don't want to do the stuff that I want you to do at home, go do it somewhere else. Go do your thing. But if you don't want to work or do nothing, you can stay with me forever with no working. I'll take care of you till I die. It's okay.
Man, it does seem like that too.
But you can't do what you want. You're 20-something years old. You can't do that.
Just to give this a little bit of context too, it's not like you were making the boys do something that just make sure you go to school. At one point, you went to Lithuania and you go, all right, Melo, you're in high school. I'm going to take you out of high school. Come with me. It's going to be all right.
Experiences.
Jello's
No. Here's the thing, so people don't get the wrong attitude. I got boys that's killers at sports. If you're not going to give your kid a trade or something to do, you better, if you're going to be educate him. Send him to school so he can be bright and do some stuff behind the counters. They was like, LaVar, you gonna send your boys back to school? I said, no. They ain't gonna never fill out no resume. The triple Bs. They own something. When they finish playing basketball, they will own triple Bs. It's a family brand. And if you put family in front of anything, what ain't positive about that? So that's why people resonate with the brand with the triple Bs. Each one of these Bs represent one of my boys. The first one is Melo. It also stands for Big Baller Brand, but the first one looks like a 3, even though it's a B. It's cut off.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
That also stands for 3 Ball Brothers. But the first one is Melo. He's fancy. He's fancy. So that's the first B. The second B is usually colored in. It's the solid one. That's Jello, the strong one.
Yeah.
And the other one is like an open B, just like Melo, because Melo and Jello, Zoe the same frame, and you don't know what they're gonna do. But Jello is the strong one, always a different color, like that shirt over there, the black B. He holds me together.
Gorilla.
That's why he's so strong.
Yeah.
I love
built
that.
differently.
I love that in your brand you've
Yes.
been specific to narrative,
Yeah.
personal to your boys.
Yeah.
Like I think
Yeah.
that's such a dope concept.
Yeah.
I really feel like I'm like at.
We talking
we're having a
basketball soon.
conversation
Don't worry, we're gonna talk
I don't
basketball.
want to move from family yet because I know so many people listening. Like for us, it was the first time we kind of saw something on a big scale where family values were held highly and business was booming. So for us down here, sometimes we get the family values right. We don't always get the business side right and looking out. But I'm asking this because my friend told me to ask you. He's got a kid that plays rugby, super talented, like, extreme out here. But he's saying sometimes I feel like I want that dream more than him. But I also know that he's in a season in his life or a phase where he might look back and go, I wish I kind of put more work in here. Like, did you ever have that with your boys, or did they always want it? Or what are some tools to create an environment when you have a talent, when you have a kid that you want them to go and do that?
Right.
But maybe they might be in a bit of a season where, they want to go to the parties. They might want to, they might not want to hear it from their dad, but they'll hear it from someone else. Or I'm sure you went through all that. Do you have any advice?
No, I ain't going through none of that. But listen, let me tell you. Let me tell you. I take my boy to school, and this when they was young, going to elementary, which is y'all primary.
Yeah.
So I'm taking them to school at 7:30 in the morning, and a guy is jackhammering the street. And then I go pick him up after school is all over at 3 o'clock. Same guy, jackhammer in the street. I said, son, he not even digging up the dirt. He digging up the concrete. You're going to bust your ass either in the beginning or the end. So you want to do this?
He's like, nah, I'm good.
Hey. Or you want to go run these hills, lift these weights, shoot these jump shots. I think that's a lot more better.
Yeah.
Another thing, we had to put this post in the ground. First, we had to go buy the cement. And then the fools tried to carry it because it was a 90-pound bag. So 2 of them was carrying it, then shit busted. So when it busted, it was all over their clothes. So now we got to clean that up. To put a post in, it took us 3.5 hours.
You don't want to run these shuttles?
Huh? So I'm like, pick which one you want to do, man. You can do this hard labor, you can do this, or you can just practice running hard, shooting jumpers, and having a great time. But if you don't do all this work in the beginning, you're going to bust your ass to make things meet in the end. So now they was like, oh, LaVar taking his boys, they doing all this practicing, playing games, and he took them out of the country, they're going to miss the prom. Now every time in Chino Hills you see a Ferrari or a Lamborghini, Rolls Royce, it's either me or my sons in it. And all these other kids is the same age as them, and then they wanted to go to all the party and all this stuff. So they was having a good time in the beginning, while my boys was busting their tail in the beginning doing this sport thing. So now they super successful. So either way, you can go either way with it, And so that's why I say I never had that with the boys. Like people used to say, I love the fact that you push your boys. And I was like, man, I don't push them. I lead them. That means you can turn off anytime you want if you don't think things is going your way.
What's the difference between leading and pushing?
Leading and pushing. Leading is you already out there shooting jump shots, and I come out there and do your thing. Pushing is, hey, son, get up so we can go out here and hit these threes right quick.
Yeah.
If I got to tell you this ain't
They
for
hear
you,
that ball bouncing
yeah,
already.
yeah.
Like, wait.
I hear it bouncing. I go out there and know that, okay, we finna do it. I never have to be like, yo, let's go do this. But I make it so fun and competitive, they can't wait to be out there.
Facts.
Come on.
You know?
I told you you're going to get these gems today.
Yeah.
And take us back to what were the early days like? Just grinding as a basketball player. We saw the highlights. We see Melo going like this and shooting from halfway.
Yeah.
We see the lobs. We see Jello in the corner. Okay, give us 50 that night. But that's the part we see. What do we not see?
What you not see is you don't see no grind. See, to me, people be like, man, you grinding. I don't know if I want to grind on that. I don't like the word grind. In fact, we ain't in no grind. This is just what we do. My boys are entertainers. They entertain on that basketball. I entertain on this. If you get into that entertainment world, you better be ready for that. You know, and that's why they shoot from half court and do all their things, man. We do that on a regular. You know what? A good shot is a shot you practice. I got them shooting from half court practicing. And folks are like, man, he ain't going to do that. He ain't going to do that. But here's the thing, going from AAU to going up higher, and I was always the coach because nobody can coach like this. So in every stage, the first game, first stage slow, then it gets faster as you get older. My boys are the only ones to go to the NBA and got to slow down because I've been having them play fast since they was babies.
That's facts.
So this is the speed of the game that they play with. Like I said, by themselves, they good. But when they all get on the same team, they great. The last time they was together, they was in high school, they was perfect.
That was the last time.
Perfect.
Would have been Chino
last
Hills.
time, Chino Hills, yep, they was all together. And people be like, oh, but they was babies, that ain't gonna work. Exactly, they was babies and we ran through all the high schools. What you think they gonna do is grown men together. It's gonna be a killing spree.
Yeah, I saw that. You gave a radio station an exclusive.
Yes.
Oh, come on, man.
Yes.
I was watching that and I was like, man, this guy's a genius.
Yeah.
Came here, made that marketing play. But like if you're gonna dream big, you gotta scheme big. I reckon. And I feel like how close are we to having all three brothers on the same team?
24-25
Yeah,
season.
yeah, I knew that.
24-25 season.
They both have contracting?
Yep.
Yeah, sometimes the
Perfect time.
stars just align, huh?
They're going to line up. That's what people don't understand. They was like, man, LaVar, you know the odds of your boys playing on the same team? I said, yeah, the same odds as me being a black man coming in the NBA with my own brand. So don't tell me nothing about no odds.
Talk about it.
I just got to wait. LeBron played with D. Wade and he waited it out. My boys can't wait out. Come on. The contracts just got to line up. And when they do, that's when they all be on the same team.
Where are we talking, man? We're talking, it's got to be LA and Lakers
Yes.
being and gone. So was it Clippers?
You already know.
Okay.
Because you know what they did to Lonzo. I can't take
Yeah,
them back
right.
to the Lakers. And I don't want the arena that Shaq and Kobe built. The new Ballmer got a whole new arena.
It looked crazy, too.
Yes. So I want my boys to christen that thing with a championship. Have their numbers up in
I
there.
feel like they're made for LA, too.
Man, my boys are made for L.A. Because here's the thing. Most of your talent comes from the hood. And if these dudes is country boys and you get out here and get some money, you don't know how to act. You're like, man, I ain't never seen this many beautiful women, these cars, these shows with all these stars rubbing elbows. My boys are the only ones who know how to respond to this because they from here.
Melo was driving a Lambo at 16.
Yes. So that ain't it for them. And they're not going to stay out all night. Them fools going to go to bed. They're going to go to bed and wake up and be ready to whoop some tail again.
I know Lonzo's injury is like unexplained. That's how the media is kind of talking about it.
Yeah.
Really, behind the scenes, are you just saying, just sit out? You good? I'm going to play.
No. I'm not.
You just tell them it hurts, but it doesn't really hurt.
I'm not saying that. I'm
I
like,
know.
dude, you got to rehab. It's part of the game.
Yeah.
But like I said before, I ain't worried about no season. I just know he got to be ready at this time next year to show,
I think he fit nice in that. Let's just say he gets one more year, though. He'll fit nice in that squad. Chicago's doing something nice over there at the moment. I like Pat Bev coming over there.
Okay, let Pat Bev and the other ones stay over there. He looked better with his brothers.
Facts.
I just got to tell you that.
No, we agree.
You're talking about LaVar. What you think about them with Miana? Well, y'all keep it. I want all three of my boys together. If they play together, they will average 40 to 50 points a quarter.
Just get out and run.
They gonna run so fast. They're gonna throw the ball.
That's what I never seen
Nobody
a rookie,
throws it.
A rookie when Melo was in the league and he underarmed it. Like just to have the confidence to be in the league to throw their bad boy.
But if you've been throwing that all your life,
that's a normal pass. That's chest
that's
pass.
a normal pass for him. And you know why you throw that pass like that? Because it's quicker, and the way you throw it, you kind of like a bowl, like you bowling.
Yeah.
You follow through.
He landed on the money.
So listen, the ball go up fast, and then it drop real quick. So that it'll drop in his hands quick. You catch it over his shoulder. And that pass is also good when the ball scored and you right up under the basket. You can't cock back and throw like this. You're going to hit the back of the backboard. So you step out of bounds real quick and you throw that same pass.
But hit it on the money, though.
Yeah, it's easy. All you got to do is throw it past half court. That's where the defenders is.
But that's why I say that I think he's made for LA because there's only one person I see on House of Highlights from Charlotte.
Exactly. But, here's the thing, man. Them boys, you got LeBron, he from Ohio. You got Kobe from Philadelphia. You got Magic from Detroit. My boys originally from Cali. The Kings of Cali's will return.
What's in the water in Cali as well while we're there? Because you guys have some hoopers, you have artists, you have everything.
I don't know what's in the water. I got my own water.
Oh,
Alkaline.
Alkaline 7.7. Let them
Don't worry
know.
about that.
Let them know.
We're telling them before, we got spring water here. No, we got that. We need that triple B.
The
Alkaline.
triple B alkaline.
Hey,
man.
I've got an idea. Just quickly, if we can talk about some local basketball here, I feel like LaVar, Mr. Ball needs to be our country coach because. Anyway, are you aware of what our national team's called? Our national basketball team's called?
No. What is it?
You know about our rugby team, right? Like the All Blacks.
All Blacks. Yeah.
So the basketball team's called Tall Blacks.
Tall Blacks.
we original around here.
Right.
Yeah, you see that?
Right.
Yeah.
Some guy was telling me on another podcast I did. I guess he said it was the craziest thing. He walked through the airport as the tall black team and everybody white.
Yeah, that's the team. That's the team.
Now here's
Tall
one for you.
Blacks.
What do you think our badminton team's called?
Your badminton team?
Badminton team.
You know badminton.
Oh yeah.
No joke. Black cocks.
Black cocks for real?
Yeah, because the ball is a cock.
Right.
And I just think I've never said that in New Zealand sport. I just think we need to change that. I think that's inappropriate. But what I want to,
it's inappropriate if you're thinking of some other bullshit. I mean, that's just like the girl back in my day when she interviewing me, and I said, let's just switch lanes.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah,
I saw that.
Just switch lanes. To me, that means change topics. Her mind's somewhere else. Because she thought I was hitting on her, and I said she ugly to me. I got my woman. I said the only time I said the only time. I mean, the other guy liked it. I mean, everybody got their own preference.
That's right.
Yeah.
She looked like witchy poo to me. I said the only time I hit on her if she was coming through my house at night and I thought she was the boogeyman. That's when I'm gonna hit her. But other than that, I ain't hitting on that. Well, I don't even want no part of that girl.
That's right, Brooke. I'm going to take an opportunity here. LaVar, you know Stephen Adams.
Stephen Adams.
Stephen
Yeah,
Adams,
yeah.
yes. He's our biggest sporting export here.
Right.
We're only a country of
For sure.
5 million. We don't really get players that kind of make it to big leagues and sport around the world, so we're very proud of him. He's never wanted to play for this country. He's never played for New Zealand, and we were, as a country, we would love him to play. But I just want you. How would we as a country inspire? Like, what are we not seeing? Is it like, does the NBA have contracts for countries, or like, how would we get our biggest export, our player, to like play for us? Because I don't know. You're a marketing genius. You got ideas.
Here's the thing. When you kind of like when you marketing and you thinking a little bigger, so you're thinking, oh man, if I get to the States, this is a bigger opportunity for me to make more money, to do more things. So that's what's going to do that. Because after a while, you can't satisfy everybody. You see what I'm saying? So to be from here, he'd be like, man, I got to do some other things. Because he was clean cut when he came into the league.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now you can see his tattoos, long hair. He going back to his style, how he was. But you can do that once you elevate. So now, but before, you got to fit with the program. Trying to get in these universities, get to the pros. But I think playing rugby and all that stuff and having a big family, he going to be physical. So now he a brute. So now people really is like, oh, Stephen Adams, our guy.
Yeah.
Where was y'all our guy in the beginning? You know, you can't wait till a brother get where he at and then be like, hey, come on back here. You know, this is our guy. He always going to be y'all guy. But that's why people resonate with they loving Chino Hills. They wasn't talking about Chino Hills before my boys.
I had no idea who that was before.
Exactly.
I saw
Nobody
you guys
knew
play.
nothing. So, you know, some folks get where they at and be like, oh, man, I'm going to do this now. I'm going to do that. But nobody really resonated with the boys in the beginning. They thought I was just talking, but they were some bad dudes back then. But now we're in front of all these cameras and all my boys in the NBA. So now it's like, oh, there are guys. Chino Hills, we love Chino Hills. I'm like, nah.
Hold on a minute.
I'm from LA South Central. I live in Chino Hills. That's why I tell them I don't need all them bodyguards. I'll slap the hell out of your ass. I'm violent.
You don't have any bodyguards?
What?
None?
No, I don't have none. But if
I see you get flocked.
If I go somewhere where I need some pushback,
I was going to say,
I'm like, hey, I got 4 other brothers and they 300, 280, and they 6'6". I'm good. I got that fam.
I kind of watched you at the very start of this all, and then obviously the boys made the league, and it kind of felt like once the boys made the league that you stepped away and you were like, I'm going to pause. A lot of people, I think, would go, he's done his job. For me, I feel like you stepped away, but there's something else.
No,
you didn't step away
Listen.
You didn't step away on purpose. You got something else cooking.
I mean, I never stepped away.
Yeah,
we had freaking COVID. Everybody stepped away.
Yeah.
I mean, how you going to do shows with COVID? Mm-hmm. So let's just sit down, you know. But folks is thinking, I'm building a brand. You know, I'm building a brand. So I ain't gonna never stop till I feel like stopping. So it never like I bagged up. I'm not gonna bag up and say, oh, he's done. I'm not done. We just getting started. As a family, you know, separated, we millionaires. But together, if we do this thing right, we'll be billionaires as a family.
What's that trust look like right now? That's good, huh?
What's that?
That family trust.
We got that the whole time. The whole time. Don't nothing waver on that, you know. And it's just like each one of the boys have different folks around them. So they got a little camp. But everybody in their camp got to make some money. So you can make the decisions that I know you need to make. And it's like, for me, I got to bring all my boys back. That's why we had the show, The Ball and the Family. We don't have season 7 on the fact that we find out what the budget is, and they only paying us. Let's say the budget is $15 million for one season, and they give us 5 as a family, and then they take the other 10. And we doing all the storyline. They just following us. We ain't jumping out of no buildings. Ain't nothing blowing up. I don't eat no seafood.
There's overheads.
So you ain't got to worry about no caviar, no fish. I don't drink, so you ain't got to worry about no Cristal. You give me $3 for a gallon of milk.
That's before tax.
Yes, and it's cheap. So I'm not hard to please on that. So I'm like, where all the money going? So now I got to get me another deal where they pay me as talent, executive producer, and ownership of the show.
The show was amazing. Like it was a moment in time. I remember like it was almost like, how was this family just taking over our algorithms?
Right.
You knew fame was coming for these boys at a time in their career when they were kind of starting.
But here's the thing, man. It wasn't no new fame. We was doing our thing. It's just like my first house is big enough for us, swimming pool, we got all that. Yeah. We got Cadillacs and BMWs before these shows. Okay, for me and my wife working, doing our thing. The fact that I don't have to put the boys through college and save for no college fund, I can spend $70,000, $80,000 for a BMW or a Cadillac because we don't have to put that away for all 3 of the boys to go to school for 4 years. So when you're doing it kind of like that, man, that's why I tell people, it wasn't like we were struggling or doing some stuff. They wasn't used to nothing like that. That brand going up, that was a belief in me and my wife. So we're going to come into this thing with our own brand. We're going to represent the boys. Because I always thought 90% of the basketball is black, but we don't own nothing. Because if you're coming from a lower income neighborhood, if you give them a little bit of something, they happy.
Talk about the money too, because you obviously have a bit of money, but the NBA is a different kettle of fish. We're talking $1 billion corporation. These boys are getting paid. Talk about the max deals, anything below that as well. It's still crazy money. What's the biggest switch up?
I got to say the biggest switch up to make it. See, my boys are not playing for the money. I said, you're born to go pro. And I said, somebody got to be better than Jordan. Why not you? So my boys are the biggest, So what I explain to them like this, man. Your Kobe's, LeBron's, Steph Curry, when you do a deal, you do an endorsement deal, they give you $20, $30 million to wear the shoe. So it's a fee. It's a number that everybody, hey, here you go, here's the fee. I said, when you're dealing with triple Bs, I don't mess with no fees. I deal with percentages. So if you make $100 million, you ain't gonna give me that same little $6 million you give me. If you make $100 million, give me my 50, you take your 50. If we make $1 billion, you get 500, I get 500. So that's what the boys is starting to understand. It's like, that's how big the brand is, son. Like I said with Melo, Melo with Puma. I let Melo go to Puma so he can see what they're not going to do for him.
Come on,
man. The easiest thing, check this out, man. I'm dealing with a guy. You know, you give Melo a little money here and there, a little $5-6 million for wearing that.
Little 5-6 million.
Hey, but check this out. Tell me,
that's massive.
No,
That's huge.
I'm gonna make you see how small it is.
Yeah.
Okay, his first shoe make about $300 million. You got enough to pay Melo for the 5 or 6 years you got him. Now all the other 12 different colorways they got go to them. All the money now is to them. So they get $300, $400 after each shoe. That's how much they get. And they had enough after the sale of the first shoe to pay Melo for whatever term he got. And all the extra money they keep putting out is theirs. So that's what I'm showing. That's a small $5-6 million, and you doing all the.
I hear you.
You ain't never seen so many colorways come out so quick. 'Cause they know they're not gonna have him forever.
I know you're about your family, and when I watch those interviews, I love it because those on ESPN and all of that, you went on all the shows and you fronted it. When LaMelo signed with Puma, you went back on, and I could see the news anchors kind of like trying to, he signed with Puma, didn't he? And you just sat there like, we already won. He's got a signature shoe. As part of your communication style, also communicating to people watching, trying to, because I felt like that's boss moves. Like the way he's thinking. Can I adopt that as part of what you do, not just for your family, but for your peoples that are watching? And do you think about that sometimes?
No, I just keep on rolling because here's the thing. I am who I am, so I don't have to think about it. All I want to do, I can't change everybody, but I will spark your mind into thinking about something differently. And that's why I tell them. Like, I tell this right here. And you guys will look crazy at this. If somebody came up here today and said, hey, big baller, we're going to give you $2 billion for them triple Bs, most everybody going to take that. I'm going to be like, nah, I'm good. Because if you offer me $2 billion, I'm going to show you why. I'm just going to be a brother with $2 billion now. And it goes down from there. So I'm going to be good. Lonzo going to be good. His kids going to be good. But his kids going to have to work. Because once $2 billion, we done spent all the money, it gone down. But if I keep and do what I'm doing, I make $2 billion. 10 years go by, I make another $4 billion, $6 billion. And it keeps getting bigger and bigger. Now I'm sitting up there with 30 or 40 billion.
Hold on, Big Baller's worth $2 billion?
What?
You could get $2 billion from Big Baller?
Is it worth $2 billion?
Boy.
Is it worth $2 billion?
Yeah.
Hell no.
Oh, I thought you
It's better than that. Shoot, $2 billion. That's a lightweight.
Are you listening? He's giving us
That's
an example,
lightweight,
my boy.
man.
Well, he's giving us an He's not all there sometimes. I'm sorry.
In triple
I'm sorry,
B's,
LaVar. I'm
billion,
sorry,
billion.
bro.
There you go. Help him out, man.
No.
$2 billion.
You're embarrassing us right now.
$2 billion.
See,
Come on,
but
fam.
listen to this. This is what they want us to know. They said, man, Jordan worth $1 billion. Jay-Z, $1 billion. P. Diddy, $1 billion. Boy, they got other dudes named Chong, Wong, Dong that's worth $30 billion, $40 billion. I'm going to get in that range. And I don't want just $1 billion to be like, okay, we got it. No, that ain't nothing, man. Check this out. We could do this for Melo over in China. I make a T-shirt, costs $60, MB1. It's a 1.5 billion people over there in China. You don't think I can sell a $60 T-shirt?
And they love basketball.
Hey, to 1 million people a month? See, instead of Melo getting 6 million, he can be getting 60 million. Figure that one out, but I'll do it when I feel like it.
Do you have any regrets?
No, I don't regret nothing. That's why I don't say sorry for nothing. You know, I don't do that. You know, there's other guys that come on there. You seen the fight with the boy T. Morant and Shannon Sharp.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't want this smoke, boy. You better get back. Yeah, okay. Next morning, you know.
Bye.
Them people upstairs said, "Shut your damn mouth, boy. You ain't that tough." And then now you got to go in there, I'm sorry, I should have did that. That's because you got somebody above you. If you're so cold, just speak your mind and do your thing. See, that's why they can't do nothing with me. From the Shaqs and Chucks and all them. I tell you, y'all employees, y'all better be cool. I signed the front of the check.
Yeah.
Y'all do your thing. But they got to invest in other people's stuff. Like Papa John, you don't own that. You can put your little money in these little spots. Like he wanted to have the logo. Superman logo. Superman, I know, is a white dude with a cape. And you putting all these S's on that
Not my
your
hero.
stuff.
Not my hero.
These triple B's, they mine. I take them and do what I want with them. See, that's what you, when you're a real boss, that's what you do. You know, some of these guys wait till their career's over, then they try to get into stuff. It's too late then. It's just like these guys making all this money and they don't want to create their own brand. Nike, please sign me. AD, oh, somebody sign me. John, hey, please sign me. You got enough money to make your own damn shoe and just go from there. But It's just like you take that jar off the grasshopper, keep jumping out, and then you take the
Yeah.
top off. The sucker he don't even jump
Mm-hmm.
because mine already set. So that's what they thinking. They got to be handed an endorsement deal, as opposed to finding out how we gonna create our own thing. Can you imagine if Michael Jordan would own his own shoe? Because Jumpman is a subsidiary of Nike, and the way you gonna find that out, it sucks the way you gonna find it out.
We got real gems in there.
Hey, when he died, they're not gonna give none of that stuff to his family. They're gonna pull it right back to Nike. And that's all they're using him as a face. Say, hey, you Jumpman. But you don't own it. That's our stuff.
I love this.
Wow.
Your time's almost up, so there's just a couple more things.
Yeah, for sure.
We've got a gift at the end. We'll do that. But just before we go, a lot of people messaged questions. I just want to get one more in.
Yeah, for sure.
Only because it's different when you're in front of someone with lived experience doing it. And one of the questions, just if I can ask, like, a lot of people have certain dreams and visions that they want to do, but sometimes it's hard for them to cultivate that belief in themselves. Do you have any advice to people listening right now that it might be something small, just starting a small business or going to the league or doing something big? Like, what's a piece of advice?
Advice that I tell people: stop dreaming. Open your eyes up and set a goal. Go to that. You can sit there dreaming and ain't nothing gonna happen. That's why I tell them I don't dream. I got my eyes open. I got to see where I'm going. So what I'm saying is you got to be built for this. If you really want something, I think whatever you want, you can get it if you really built for it. If you only think it's going to take you a week to get it, it might take you a year. It might take you 10 years. But you got to be built for it. You got to have some pride in something that you do or a belief and confidence in yourself to be successful. Now, successful is not driving a Ferrari and having all this money. You can come from a family of 10 and be the only one that got a job in your own apartment.
Absolutely.
You're successful.
Absolutely.
So success is in your mindset. If you think success is just hanging out and make sure you got a meal for the day, cool. At least you ain't dead.
Absolutely.
Get you one meal, you're successful that way. If that's all you want, that's cool. But if you want more, I think you can get more. If you're not doing nothing, you're just being lazy, maybe you have to go up and down the street, go to a pizza place, a car wash, and say, you know what, I'll work for you 2 days, Tuesday and Wednesday, something. I don't want to start something instead of just not doing nothing. Clean yourself up and let's go. And then maybe you get a couple other jobs from somewhere else until somebody say, we really like you. Now you ain't got to go. We'll hire you full time. And that's how you move up in those steps. But it ain't going to happen overnight. That's why my famous saying is built for this. And I give you a scenario, just like I figure a man can have any woman he want. If she married and you really want her, maybe you have to wait till 40 years go by and she a widow. That means you really want her, though. See, people still laughing like, man, if you don't really want her, you're not going to wait that long. But if you really want her, you're going to do whatever it takes. If and like I said, it's different ways. You just got to find what you can to get to her. If this girl's coming from a rich family, money ain't going to do nothing to her. She want that time and that wholesomeness. But if you get a girl in the hood, she don't want no time and wholesomeness.
She want that money.
She want that money. No, you're right. She want that money because she ain't got it. So you just got to figure out which lane is going to allow you to accomplish that goal. And it's the same thing with business or anything.
What did Tina want from you?
What did Tina want from me? Nothing. Tina want nothing from me, man. Tina been a soldier, man, from day one. She ride with me no matter what. So I told her parents this, from the beginning. I said, man, most of the time when you marry outside your race, they're going to look a little different at you. She white, I'm black. Oh, what you doing with this brother, man? Come on now. But I told him from day one, I don't love y'all. I only love your daughter. I only love your daughter. I don't love y'all. So if y'all don't want to deal with my kids and nothing, don't worry about it. We all good.
Do you know how many Samoan Pauline brothers right now maybe feel that way about their in-laws? Come on, talk about it.
Yeah. So that's how I start. I could be family oriented with everybody blended in and stuff like that, but I only love your daughter. Y'all ain't got to deal with my boys if they mix, but they came out the best, so they just like, oh shoot. A question they was asking me in some of these, not podcasts, but with the group of kids, they say, LaVar, which one do you love the best out of your boys? Yeah. And that's the look I give them, like, man, I love them all the same. But then I got to realizing, like, you know what? I'm supposed to say Lonzo because he's the firstborn. And then I'm supposed to say Jello because he built like me. He's swole, he's good. I'm supposed to say Melo because he's crazy like me. But they all got their thing. But then I got to thinking, and I said, you know what? That's a question you probably ask, you have to ask my dad. And my dad is going to tell you, well, shit, my favorite is LaVar. Why? Because I'm the only one that's a millionaire. Yeah, for real. if you got all kids,
talk, right?
no, for real. And the one that's buying you and doing everything free, for shit, that's my favorite. My dad got 27 grandkids.
Wow.
But he only talk about 3 of them. This is just the real deal. I'm just telling you.
When you have the family thing, they're here, they've arrived.
Yeah, and you can't have a favorite when all of your kids are in their profession and they're all millionaires. So how to do it? So I guess the pricing has to say who's a favorite. If you got say 8 kids and 4 of them going to jail and 2 of them doing some other stuff and 1 of them staying at home helping grandma, shit, this is the favorite one right here. So now I kind of understand that, especially being out here.
I love that.
Well, on that as well.
Thank you.
I was a bad boy back in the day. Honestly, I was nice on the. I want to talk about myself real quick.
Yeah.
I was like a young Mello.
Yeah.
That's how they looked at me. But then I kind of, peaked, and that's all right. I stopped at high school. That's fine.
Okay, I'll give him this. In high school, he was like our Lonzo. Like he came on the scene.
No, I was like Mello.
We all thought he was going to make
like
the
Mello.
NBA. We all thought you got a college. What did you get? You went to college and.
Anyway, that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Tell him what college you got.
It doesn't matter. I came back to New Zealand. Had surgery. Anyway, but what I'm trying to get to is I would love to advise my son. This is what I'm trying to get to. Just to go back to the boys.
Right.
Probably final question. Because we admire everything you've done in terms of the media.
Right.
But 10 times more what you are as a father. So we're obviously we've just had kids, and what would be your final piece of advice just to be a good dad?
Man, just get behind your kids, whatever they want to do, and be productive. And stop that thing where they be like, well, my kids will figure it out. They'll find out what they want to know. No, give them some direction. Like, you're going to do this, or you're going to do this, or you're going to do this. They can't figure it out on their own. So you get behind them and they do something that they love to do, and then let's say they have pride in it. You can't do nothing but help them. But you also got to understand this, that you also have to provide. So you might not be able to give the time that I can give to my kids. Now, I'm going to give you a little quick story. This is a guy I just met long ago, and he said, it made a lot of sense to me. He said, you got your work, and when you have your kids, you got to take care of your kids. And then the third one, you get to pick a hobby or something, pick one. So if you like to work out or like to run or jog, do that. And that's usually how it works. But I was able to be super successful doing all 3. Yeah. This is what I'm talking about. My working was the training. I got the kids. Yeah. I'm loving the boys.
It aligned.
And then my hobby was watching them whoop people's ass in basketball. So I'm training, give you the test. So I'm getting all 3 of them. And that's why it was never work to us. And my wife, like 5 or 6 years go by, it wasn't like, oh, I got to go spend some time with the girlfriends. I'm tired of being in the gym every weekend. Man, that Saturday and Sunday for years, 18 years, we doing the same gym. Hey, that was like a family outing for us. So the boys couldn't do nothing but be super successful. They never thought about not making the NBA, because I'm telling them as day one, you born to go pro. Somebody got to be better than Jordan. So they was like, never thought like, you know what, we're not going to make that. Because I was like, man, people used to say, hey, you got a backup plan? My plan B is to make my plan A work.
Come on.
Come on now. If I don't want to be 100%, 85%, and then 15% thinking about a backup plan. Let's just go 100 in. And if it don't work out, let's go to the next venture 100 in. At least you're 100 in. Because that's why a lot of people don't make it, because they're thinking of a backup plan. So you don't even think you can make it because you're like, man, if it don't work, I'm going to do this. I never was like, son, if this don't work, we got to go to school, you're going to get this. No. We're going to the league.
Come on, Winter. We're in the league, baby.
Yeah.
Winter's my son's
Yes.
Hey, I know we have to wrap this up.
Sorry, guys.
Mr. Ball, LaVar, we can't thank you enough for your time, for being personable with us. We just have a small gift. We're also a part of a clothing brand.
Okay,
and so
for sure.
We, just for context, we used to be part of like a show that was kind of like the Breakfast Club. But like you were saying, they were kind of, we just kind of wanted to do our own thing. So off the back of the clothing, that's why we got powered by the clothing company, like a media like company. So that's what our show is now. But here's just our clothes. We've also included a box for Tina as well.
Oh, good looking.
So just
I don't know how you're gonna get that on the plane, but you make it work.
Just thank you, and such a privilege to have you here.
Techno Joe, he can get stuff in here. Oh shoot, yeah. Oh. Hey man, there's a song, a little note in here to the real big baller. Thank you, man. Hey man, Y'all showing lush. Man, come on now. Appreciate
worries.
that, dog.
Thank you for your
I
time.
appreciate it, man.
Hey,
You know.
Absolutely.
I'm talking about.
Hey, one more thing. Can you just say one? There's a saying that we started and we'd like to get viral. It's called "Do the dishes," which means put the work in.
Okay, yeah.
Can you just say one time for us? Hey, man, do the dishes.
Hey, man, do the dishes.
Thank you for your time.
LaVar Ball, man, legend. Thanks so much.
Let's go. Never fold. 10 toes down, baby. You know who it is. I'm trying to be like you.